lead system architect for the console.
Okay.
So, I mean, on the hardware side, I've been doing that for the last 5 years. But by background, I'm a game developer. So in the past, I worked on Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro the Dragon, and Ratchet and Clank, and Jack and Daxter, and in another life, Sonic the Hedgehog.
And we've never met.
And we've never met. And
wow.
so, I needed to be in Tokyo anyway for all the hardware work, and there's a great team in Tokyo I wanted to work with, so I thought, why not work on a launch title for the platform? As system architect, I knew that we'd have a lot of core titles at launch for that predominantly male core game, so I want to be sure there'd be something for the rest of the family as well, hence Knack.
As a system architect, what's different about this that we wouldn't see on a PS3 title?
Well, I mean, Knack, the character, is based on a 5,000 part physics simulation, and that's the key next-gen thing there. So the game is a mashup between a Pixar-style movie and a character action game. There's basically a full CGI movie embedded in the game, so it's very strong narrative. It's a family story.
I see, okay.
And the storyline is that the goblins and the humans are in this world together, and the humans have never been particularly worried about the goblins. They have bows and arrows and the like, but somehow they've picked up tanks and planes and very sophisticated weaponry. And an expedition is launched to discover where they got those weapons from and where those very powerful goblins are based. And the Doctor is part of that expedition. In many ways, this is a boy's adventure. What you're not seeing is sort of all of that narrative that surrounds the gameplay at this point.
So in terms of the narrative, who did the character development?
So the team in Tokyo that I'm working with has a very strong background. For example, the lead background artist for Shadow of the Colossus, if you remember that game.
Yeah, of course.
That artist designed the look of our world, this very soft, welcoming look. And internal team also created the character of Knack. If you look, it's very detailed. He's made of these parts, but they've got sort of hieroglyphic inscriptions on them if you look carefully. Beautiful attention to detail in this.
Is this what we can expect?
From PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Well, it used to be in the old days that we'd have mascots for systems. Sonic was the mascot for the Sega Genesis, and those days are long gone. At this point, the focus, because we can do these photorealistic games, we've discovered that the audience mostly would like to play those photorealistic first-person shooters and third-person shooters and the like. But I believe there's really a place for family entertainment as well, and that's what I'm working to do, is to make sure that there is that initial dimension to PlayStation 4 at launch.
All right, well, I'm looking for a nice four-player co-op game mixed in with some amazing one-player action play. You've certainly got the action play piece. Is there any kinesthetic, motion?
We're not using a tilt, but of course there's rumble in the controller.
Any headlines that you want the world to know about the PS4 system for families, like in the controller I'm holding in my hand?
There's our use of the controller is pretty simple. In the past on games like Ratchet and Clank, those have been games that have used 16 buttons on the controller, and we're really trying to focus in on the face buttons and make this a game that anybody can enjoy. At the same time, we're making sure that if you play it on hard, it speaks to that nostalgia that gamers have for those play experiences of the past. Something like Crash Bandicoot was a very, very hard game, even if it looked cute. And so you play this on hard, you may have this specific set of moves, but you need to know them exactly if you're going to get through the game.
How would you use the touch?
Frankly, we're still looking at how to use the touch. My world is a little bit different. I'm doing playtesting with 8-year-old girls who don't usually play video games, and one of the things I did is I made a controller that's 1.5 times the size of this controller.
Yeah.
And I would hold that controller and try to understand how it feels to be a child who is trying to play a video game. And it's amazing. The first thing you find out is that it's almost impossible for anybody 8 or younger to use the shoulder buttons.
Wow.
You just can't reach the hands, are not large enough.
Yeah.
And as soon as we had our giant controller and started passing it around the team, we understood just what it meant.
That's fun. Well, I could see you swiping and doing some stuff that, I mean...
Yeah, particularly the super moves, there may be something there. You know, if you pick up enough crystals, you can do... You did see those, didn't you? The shockwave and all those.
Yeah, I did see the shockwave.
Yeah, and so maybe there's something we could do there. I'm still looking
My
at
hands
that.
will never be the same.
And you've seen the social integration with our network?
I did. I
You
saw
got
where
to a
could...
secret room and you picked up an object,
Yeah.
and you can choose one of the objects your friends found instead. You see how that was working?
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Looks like a fun, really solid game, easy to play, and a blast. Thank you very much for the demo of Knack. We'll look forward to playing it when the game comes out on our brand new shiny PS4.
Thanks for coming by.
All right.